Your brain isn't broken. You're just sending it the wrong signals. And I'm about to show you the exact moment everything changes. Hit that like button right now because what I discovered by accident completely rewired how my brain focuses. And it took me from 10 hours of struggle to 4 hours of laser-sharp productivity. Subscribe if you want to work less and accomplish more. Let's go. You know what's crazy? Some people sit down at their desk and they lock in instantly. They don't look at their phone. They don't tap switch. They just work. And in 4 hours they get more done than most people do in a week. Then there are other people who sit at the same desk with the same computer and they struggle for 10 hours straight. They open a document, then they check email, then they get water, then they stare at the screen feeling like their brain is full of fog. What is happening there? I used to be the second person, the one who was always busy but never productive. I would start my day with big goals. I'd write down everything I wanted to do. I'd feel motivated for exactly 5 minutes. Then my phone would buzz. Or I'd get a sudden urge to check the news. Or I'd just zone out. And suddenly it was noon, and I had done nothing. I felt lazy. I felt stupid. Like my brain was broken. I tried everything. I bought the expensive planners. I downloaded the focus apps that lock your computer. I even tried waking up at 4 a.m. thinking that would fix it. Nothing worked. I was still distracted, still tired, still behind. Then something changed. I discovered one thing I was doing wrong. Just one mental habit. And once I stopped doing it, everything flipped. The same brain that couldn't focus for 10 minutes suddenly could focus for hours. Deep work became easy. Distractions stopped pulling at me. I didn't become a genius. I didn't take magic pills. I just stopped one thing. And it happened fast. Way faster than I expected. Today, I'm going to show you exactly what that one thing was, plus 3 other behaviors you need to stop right now if you want to focus better than 99% of people. These aren't the boring tips everyone gives you, like turn off notifications or clean your desk. Those are surface level. These are real moves that actually change how your brain works. I tested them. They changed my life completely. I'll give them to you from easiest to do all the way to the most powerful one. But first, you need to understand something. Lack of focus doesn't happen randomly. It happens because you're training your brain to be distracted. You don't mean to train it that way, but you do. And once you stop training it for distraction, it defaults back to focus almost immediately. So let's talk about the 4 signals you need to stop sending to your brain right now. Stop number 1. Stop negotiating with distractions. Here's what most people do when they feel the urge to check their phone or switch tabs. They fight it. They use willpower. They sit there gritting their teeth telling themselves, "Don't look." And eventually they run out of energy, and they look anyway. That's exactly the problem. When you fight the distraction, you're still giving it attention. You're still engaging with it. And your brain loves that engagement. Here's what you do instead. When you feel the urge to break focus, you notice it, you acknowledge it, and you say one simple sentence to yourself. I am not negotiating with that. Then you go back to work. No guilt, no anger, just a simple refusal to negotiate. This is scary powerful because most people think focus is about force, but it's actually about non-resistance. When you stop fighting the distraction and just dismiss it, like a fly buzzing around, it loses its power. I had a huge project due, and every time I hit a hard part, my brain screamed, check Instagram. Old me would have fought that urge for 5 minutes, then given in. New me just said, I'm not negotiating, and kept typing. The urge vanished in 10 seconds. What? Because you're not playing the dopamine game. You're not getting emotional about the distraction. You're just treating it like background noise, like a car driving past your window. You hear it, but you don't run outside to chase it. That's way more powerful than willpower. Try this today. Next time you want to click away, don't fight it. Just say, I'm not negotiating, or not right now, then keep working. Watch how fast the urge dies. Your focus will double instantly. Stop number 2, stop being reactively available. This one changed everything for me. When you're always responding to things, you train your brain to be reactive. You check email constantly. You keep Slack open on the second monitor. You answer texts as they come in. Think about a waiter in a busy restaurant. They're running around reacting to everyone else's needs. Water here, food there, check please. They're working hard, but they're not building anything. They're just reacting. Now think about a surgeon in an operating room. They're not checking email. They're not answering questions from the hallway. They're doing one thing, and everything else waits. The surgeon is respected. The waiter is just busy. You're acting like the waiter when you should be acting like the surgeon. When you sit down to work, close the tabs that let people reach you. Close your email. Close your messaging apps. Put your phone in another room, not just face down, actually in another room. This sounds simple, but it's massive. When you make the world wait for you, even just for 2 hours, you teach your brain that your work matters more than the noise. And when your brain believes your work matters, it gives you the energy to do it. I used to keep my email open all day. I thought I was being responsible, being a good worker. People would email me and I'd reply in 2 minutes. I felt efficient. But at the end of the day, my real work was untouched, because I was slicing my attention into tiny little pieces. Then I changed. I started checking email only at 11 and 4. The rest of the time it was closed. People started realizing I wasn't available instantly, and they stopped expecting it. But more importantly, my brain stopped looking for interruptions. It settled down into a deep rhythm. Your attention is the most valuable asset you own. More valuable than your time. More valuable than your money. When you give it away to every ping and buzz, you're throwing it in the trash. Stop being instantly available. Make the world wait sometimes, not to be rude, but to show your brain that your focus is sacred. Because it is. Stop number 3, stop running from the hard part. Here's a big one. Most people quit focusing the second it gets hard. The second they feel a little bit of boredom or frustration or confusion, they reach for a distraction. Why? Because that bad feeling is uncomfortable. But here's what happens when you run from the hard part. You never get to the good part. You never get to the flow state. Because flow is on the other side of boredom. Watch this. Student has to write an essay, gets stuck on a sentence, opens YouTube. That's the failure. Writer has to finish a chapter, feels bored, cleans the kitchen. Failure. Worker has to build a spreadsheet, gets confused, checks the news. Failure. You have to stop exiting the room when it gets hot. I had a task I hated doing. Monthly reports. Boring. Tedious. Every month I'd start, do 5 minutes, then distract myself. It took me 3 days to do a 2-hour job. Finally I stopped running. I sat down. And when the boredom hit, physically hit my chest, I just sat there. I said, this feels boring. And I'm going to feel it. I didn't open a tab. I didn't pick up my phone. I just let the boredom be there. 5 minutes later, the boredom lifted. And I fell into a groove. Finished the whole report in 90 minutes. Listening to music. Having a good time. The brain resists the transition into focus like a rocket resists gravity. Once you break through the atmosphere, it's smooth sailing. But most people eject before they get to space. Stop running when it feels bad. Sit there. Keep it simple. Keep it still. But don't leave the task. Watch how fast the discomfort turns into flow. Stop number 4. Stop obsessing over the finish line. This is the most powerful one. And the hardest to do. Stop trying to finish the task. Stop obsessing over the outcome. Stop looking at the clock calculating how much longer this will take. Just assume the work is the reward. Most people sit down to work and their mind is already at the finish line. They're thinking about lunch. They're thinking about the weekend. They're thinking about how good it'll feel to be done. That's the signal. That's what tells your brain that the current moment is bad and the future moment is good. So your brain fights to get out of the current moment. Watch a master carpenter. Watch a great coder. They're not rushing to finish. They're lost in the process. They're looking at the wood. They're looking at the code. They're completely here. When you try to rush the process, you create anxiety. And anxiety kills focus. This was my biggest problem. Anytime I had a big project, I'd stress about the deadline. I have to get this done by Friday or I'm in trouble. And the more I stressed, the less I could focus. I'd stare at the page and panic. Then I stopped. Old me would have said, you need to write 1,000 words. New me just said, I'm going to write one good sentence. That's all. No deadline. No pressure. Just this one sentence. And then the next one. What? Because presence is contagious. When you act like the work itself is interesting, your brain gets interested. When you act like the work is just a hurdle to get over, your brain tries to jump it and trips. Your focus isn't something you force. It's something you allow. You don't owe the future your anxiety. You owe the present your attention. Just be here. Start acting like it. Next time you sit down, don't count the pages left. Just say, I'm doing this part right now. Or, this step is my only job. Watch how fast the time melts away. Here's what nobody tells you. All 4 of these things are about one big idea. Stopping behaviors that make your brain weak. You're not adding new skills. You're not learning speed reading. You're removing old habits. Stop negotiating with distractions. Stop being reactively available. Stop running from boredom. Stop obsessing over the finish line. Just stop. And what's left? Your real brain. Your powerful brain. The version of you that naturally locks in and destroys tasks. You already have the hardware. Your brain is a supercomputer. You're just loading it with malware. Remove the malware and the speed shows up automatically. Here's your move right now. Pick one of these four. Just one. Maybe it's refusing to negotiate with the phone. Maybe it's sitting through boredom. Whatever feels easiest, do it once today. Right now. Next time you sit down, catch yourself doing the old behavior, and stop. Do the new one instead. See how it feels. Watch what happens to your output. Then do it again tomorrow. And the next day. In 1 week, it'll feel natural. In 1 month, you'll be doing all four without thinking. And you'll be producing more work in 4 hours than you used to do in 40. I went from scattered and overwhelmed to laser-focused in 3 months using these exact moves. Not because I became a different person, but because I stopped doing things that made me slow. Same person, different behaviors. You can do this starting today. Most people will watch a video like this, nod their head and go right back to checking email. Don't be like most people. Be the exception. Be the one who actually does the thing. Pick the one tip that scared you the most. The one that made you think, oh, I don't know if I can do that. That's the one you need. That's where your growth is hiding. Right now this video is ending. Don't click on the next video. Don't look at the comments. Close the tab. Put the phone away. And do one block of deep work. Just 20 minutes. Prove to yourself that you can do it. Because once you prove it once, you can do it forever. Start now. If this helped you, like this video so it reaches someone else who's struggling. Subscribe because I make videos like this every week. And comment which of the 4 stops you're committing to first. I'll see you in the next one. You've got this.